The New York Knicks are headed to the Eastern Conference semifinals on the back of Jalen Brunson. Sammy, I got two stats for you. One is real, one is fake. You decide which one is real. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, stat number one. A player being 27 years old, averaging 35 points per game in the playoffs has only happened 3 times. Jalen Brunson, Michael Jordan, and Elgin Baylor. Okay. Stat number two. The New York Knicks haven't closed a series at home since 2002.
Closed out a series.
Yeah, closed out a series.
Welcome to the Sports on Tap Brothers podcast. And I'm George. And with me, always, my little brother, Sammy.
Now, let's tap in and get this podcast rolling. Won the game to finalize the series.
Yes, since 2002.
You know, it's a interesting one because what was the points per game on the Jalen Brunson one with Michael Jordan?
35 plus points per game. Yeah.
Okay. That's possible because, he was averaging like fucking 40 a game the last 4 games. Now, the Knicks one's interesting. They'll close out because they've made it to back-to-back second rounds for the first time since the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember if they closed out at home last year or on the road. So this is mostly a guessing game right now. I'm going to go with the real one being the Jalen Brunson one.
That is the real one. Jalen Brunson joins Michael Jordan and Elgin Baylor as the only 27-year-olds in NBA history to average 35 plus points per game in the playoffs. Now, he can lower his average. But by the way, Sammy, the Knicks haven't closed a series at home since 1999, not 2002, even longer.
Well, I kind of knew that. The reason I picked the other one is because I think it was their first back-to-back second rounds since it was the year 2000 and 2001. I don't know if they made the playoffs 2002. They showed something on the screen yesterday. I don't even think they won a playoff series in 2002. That's why I had to go with the Jalen Brunson one.
All right, well, perfect. Sammy, I'm going to let you go first. What's your opinion on Jalen Brunson, the Knicks? What do you got for me?
Well, I'm going to, a famous quote that people say these days is, I apologize, Jalen Brunson. I wasn't familiar with your game. I thought that his time in Dallas, he seemed like a great number 2, a guy that could, help Luka kind of take the next steps. But I even thought while he was in Dallas that it's probably not even good enough to be the number 2 for, the Mavs. I was like, okay, Luka's the number 1. Brunson's he's a good number 2. Like maybe he should be a number 3. And so when he came to New York, I thought it was cool. I think he kind of has the attitude for New York. He has like the swagger for New York. And overall, I love what he's done in New York. I didn't think it'd be this, though. I thought he'd be the number 2 to Julius Randle. We're talking about right now, Julius Randle's not even playing, and Jalen Brunson,
yeah, isn't that crazy?
Averaging almost freaking 40 points a game in the playoffs, beating Philly with a former MVP on the team. Like they're beating Philly at Philly game 6. They probably should have won in 5, and now the Knicks are moving on to the second round with Jalen Brunson as the best player, and I think they have a real shot to be a team that makes a run. I'm not saying they're going to make the finals. I'm not saying they're going to win it all, but I'm saying they're going to make some type of run right now.
Yeah, because they should be favorites against the Pacers.
Yep.
The Pacers, no disrespect to Halliburton and Siakam, but I think the Knicks are better, and it showed. One of them was a 6 seed, one of them was a 2 seed. And Sammy, I kind of I understand what you're saying about Jalen Brunson. I wasn't familiar. I'm familiar with his game, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's the
that saying does not mean you actually weren't familiar with the game. It means like you shocked me. Like it's like when one of your boys gets a hot girl, and you say, "Bro, I wasn't familiar with your game. My bad." Like
exactly,
like you were familiar with it, but like you didn't know it was this good.
Right. And my question, though, is, and this is going to kind of take me to my opinion on Jalen Brunson in a second. I'm not going to go to it right away. But can he be a number 2 or number 3? Or is he the type of guy like an Allen Iverson or a Derrick Rose where I need the ball in my hands to dictate the offense and be as effective as I can be, and which is very, very effective?
No, because we saw him be a number 2 and like in a great playoffs. He played amazing with Luka as a number 2. he got
That's
his
a great
contract
point. Yeah.
because of how good he played as a number 2. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah, they went to the Western Conference Finals.
yeah, we're not talking about when I said like, oh, he's the number 2, but I'm like, oh, is he good enough to be a number 2? I don't mean that as in like the team sucked. I mean that as in like you made it to the Western Conference Finals, but they didn't make it to the finals. They didn't win it all. So I was like, maybe he's a number 3. It just turns out that he was just taking the first baby steps to becoming the number 1, which I think he can be a mix. He's the thing with point guards too is they can always be a mix. Kyrie Irving right now, Luka, he's a number 1 in general, but like he's totally fine being a number 2 or a number 3 also. Like it just kind of flip flops.
So
I think that's the way with guards. With Jalen Brunson, like, hey, you are Jalen Brunson. You can be a guard sometimes. Sometimes you got to be our scorer. Sometimes you got to be a mix of both. So I think he's good at it all.
Fair enough. And that takes me to my opinion, Sam, because you're talking about being number 1 or 2. My opinion is there is a major free agent or unhappy star watching the Knicks and saying, I want to go there. I don't know who that is, but there is one out there. Seeing Madison Square Garden, seeing this Knicks team, seeing how fun. Like there has to be someone. That could be Kevin Durant sitting in Phoenix saying, shit, I made a mistake by going to the Nets. I just went to the Knicks in the first place. It could be Giannis in Milwaukee saying, this is just a disaster. It could be Zion over in New Orleans where he's like, all right, they also got good food in New York just like they have in New Orleans.
Hey, he lost 30 pounds.
Like, I don't know who it is.
30 pounds, bro.
Still likes good food.
He lost 30 pounds. He finally did it.
I know. So I don't know who it is, but I think there has to be a major free agent sitting out there saying, damn, this is the team. Like, I want to go play for New York. And this playoff run could change the course of the Knicks franchise. And the NBA needs the Knicks to be good.
I mean, I want to go play for the Knicks. So
same here. Sign me up.
I mean, I understand. I was talking about it with my fiance yesterday, and I was like, it's weird. Like, I remember like being emotional. I'm not even from New York. I'm a kid from Seattle. Like, I'm born and raised in Seattle, Washington. When I walked into Madison Square Garden, I got chills. Like, I was just like, they haven't won shit in my lifetime. The Knicks have been nothing in my lifetime, and I walked in and got chills.
Nothing.
Like, and I was on borderline tears because I'm like, I'm at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, New York Knicks, the orange, which by the way, the half black and blue court, the dark blue, like, get rid of it. Blue paints with the big Knicks logo or the orange paint with the big Knicks logo. Just a side note there.
Yeah, nothing else. That's it. That's all you can do. You're not allowed to do anything else.
Somebody is regretting it right now.
It should be a crime.
Right. And I think that, I don't know. It's not going to happen this time in his career, but this would have been that cool, like, if LeBron was 4 years younger right now and he said, okay, I want to be there. Like, I wish LeBron was, like, 34 right now and the Knicks were doing what they're doing so LeBron could go be a New York Knick.
I think LeBron, though, Sammy, like, even LeBron, I'm not saying he's going to go sign with the Knicks, right? But even LeBron might be sitting there and be like, I'm a free agent. Like, how cool would this be for the end of my career? Storybook ending, go play in New York. I don't think he will, by the way. But, like, there's no way he's watching and is not, like, just a tad bit intrigued. A tad bit, at least.
Yeah, but would they want, like, LeBron James right now?
I mean, if LeBron James calls you, don't tell him no.
Now. Just hypothetically.
I mean, you can't say no.
Why not?
You just can't. It's LeBron. You pick up the phone call.
I think you could say no.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious if LeBron's like, all right, I want to go to New York, calling the Knicks. Hello? Yeah, we don't want you, bro. No, I don't know. I feel like you'd have to say yes.
I still think they'd say no right now, but that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, I think they would. Okay. There's a couple guys that could fit in there right now, which could be like a Kevin Durant. But honestly, like, whatever they got going, don't ruin it. I mean, at the end of the day, unless it's a young star that's going to fit with this court, don't ruin the thing you have growing just for some like moments of fame, right? Like to bring in that star that
build it the correct way.
Bring in LeBron or Durant and just have that guy take over. And you might not win now. You're not building like for the future, But it was so good for ticket sales and TV ratings. But it's like maybe wait it out 2 years. Maybe you end up with like a Zion who's still young, or a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or who, like whoever, like somebody that's young and up and coming, or a Luka. I don't think Luka's ever going to leave Dallas, but just these are hypothetical names. Like you get that next coming guy to pair with Brunson in 2 years. Brunson's 27. I mean, like he's still in his prime. So you have a chance to build something now. Don't ruin it for, I don't know, like the 10 seconds of, oh, we finally got LeBron to show up.
No, that's a fair point. All right, Sammy, I got a quiz for you on the Knicks. Are you ready? Well, maybe not on the Knicks, just in basketball in general. I'm sorry. A quiz on basketball in general.
My friend.
So, yeah, it is a huge difference. Here's the question for you. There's only been 3 players in NBA history with 4 consecutive 35-plus points and 5 assists in a single postseason. Can you name them?
Consecutive what? Like series or like?
Consecutive games.
So
35
consecutive
points.
Games. That's it.
And 5 assists.
4
consecutive. I've said 4. 4 consecutive games. Let me rephrase that for you.
I'm going to ask.
There's
you
only
to
been
say this
3
without
players.
Cadences, just as a straight sentence.
Well, it's supposed to confuse you. All right, quiz. There's only been 3 players in NBA history with 4 consecutive 35 points and 5 assists in a single postseason.
Okay. Jalen Brunson.
Can you name them? Jalen Brunson is one of those guys. That's how much Jalen Brunson's balling right now.
Nikola Jokic? No.
Yes.
LeBron?
Nope, not Nikola Jokic. LeBron James did it one time.
One left,
yes.
That's it?
That's it. There's only 3 players in NBA history to ever have those stats in 4 consecutive
LeBron was an easy one because
games.
Like Jordan's not there, right? There's a Jordan. Okay.
It's Jordan. Jordan did it twice. He's the only player to do it 2 times in 2 separate postseasons.
I was trying to think about what Jordan's average of assists, but he would get up to like 6 or 7. So like he's not like really like LeBron where he'd get to like the 10, 11, but he would get to like 5, 6, 7. So I was thinking 4 assists. That's actually very possible.
Exactly. Yeah, man, that's how good Jalen Brunson's been. He's joined LeBron James and Michael Jordan in postseason like accolades. It's him, LeBron.
I've never,
Jordan.
first of all, completed one of these quizzes. Number 2 is that's the first time I've ever done it with only one wrong answer too. Like the only wrong answer was Jokic. So I was very like Jokic will probably do that at some point this postseason. If he has to. They end up just blowing out fucking
and this was like a little short
play at the end.
That's probably why he doesn't do it. This quiz is a little easier than most of the quizzes, Sammy, but I figured it was a really good stat, and I was going to put it as one of the stats, like fake or real, but I also like the 27-year-olds with 35-plus points in NBA history at the beginning. Like, Brunson is doing things we've never seen before. Like, well, we've seen only once or twice in history of the NBA, which is really, now 3 times.
Actually, both of them were 3 times. Jordan, LeBron, and Brunson. The other one was Jordan, Brunson, and Baylor.
In Baylor, yep.
Baylor.
Seattle U, by the way. Elgin Baylor. All right, Sammy. Well, thank you for watching, guys. This is the Hoops on Tap, part of the Sports on Tap network. If you want to see all our content, including my personal channel and Sammy's personal channel, they are in the links in the description below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Is Jalen Brunson the king of New York? Answer that question if you can. Thank you for watching till the end. Sammy, you know what we like to say?
And thanks for stopping by.